Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Quick review from me about last night's Soccerzone incorrect or correct decision with the principal himself, Mr. Victor Hlongwane and Andile Ngowe on SABC. And I just want to touch on a few decisions. I think sometimes it's frustrating because you can be like, yes, we follow you, we agree with you, you're doing right, and then sometimes it's just wrong. Okay, for me that is right. I don't know how you feel about it. Like, for example, the first one, we're checking the Sundowns disallowed goal for offside incorrectly by Arrows. Don't spend too much time on it. No need to even draw the line. Just say we all know it was offside, no one's complaining. Bad decision by the linesman. We move on to the next one, right? I have a huge problem with the fact that they want a penalty for this, let's say, guiding on Dupree. I think you can clearly see that the defender is shepherding the ball out of play. He's shielding the ball. He's stopping Dupree from getting to it. He's using his arm. We know that defenders use that in football. Not just defenders, everyone. You can use your arm to guide anyone that's behind you. The defender, if you're looking at him, he's in front of the ball. He just wants it to go out for a goal kick rather than interfering, right? He just wants it to go out for a goal kick. So he's shielding the ball. What's wrong with that? Dupree, he's a little bit short, so therefore it looks like, there's contact on the upper side of his body, like from the neck going up. But it's not that. You can see that initial touch starts from Dupree's chest. And then as he's going, or as he's trying to fight, the hand keeps moving due to the contact and movement. Football is a contact sport. Dupree aje pa. You can even see that Dupree himself doesn't complain. Chiefs themselves do not complain. So how do you want a penalty for that when no one thought in the field or off the field that it should have been a penalty? That's very, very weird. Like, that was a nothing moment to discuss. It shouldn't have even made it as a highlight there. That's not a penalty. We know that. No one's even complaining over the weekend on that decision. So yeah, I just thought maybe, that's one that they definitely got wrong. You could have just kept quiet. Definitely for me, that is an incorrect analysis. Okay, fine. Sereno, Torres hand on Sereno's face. That I agree could be a red card because players know that you cannot touch an opponent on their face. And you can see that Torre looks up before he makes contact with Sereno on his face. It's almost like a smack, right? So therefore, I agree that could have been a straight red, and it was very interesting and a good point for him to note that if Torre got a yellow card for Chiefs' penalty for the deliberate handball, which I agree with, maybe it could have also been a yellow card, I agree with that, then that would have been his second yellow and it would have been off. So that is very, very good analysis. However, I agree with the fact that it could have been a red card because simply you can see Torre shield the ball out, he does everything right, then he watches and waits for Sereno to come and then puts his hand on his face. Every player knows that you run a risk of getting a red card if you do that. So surely that is a red card. I think it's okay. I'm fine with that analysis. And then lastly, just to touch on the fact that he's saying the PSL will have a review, right, of the Chiefs' goal that was given after the referee already blew his whistle. And he says there was contact. There was foul on the keeper. How much contact do you want? Like, there was no impactful contact. He loves using the word impactful. The keeper, Sage Stevens, comes out to punch the ball, not to catch it. It's different, at least if a keeper catches the ball, then they bump him and then he drops it. He does not change his decision. He's going to punch the ball, Sage Stevens. He punches it incorrectly onto his own player, then it goes to Modi. It's a goal for Chiefs because that little touch on him does not affect him at all. There's not much contact. Firstly, there's not enough contact to impact his decision making, and he still punches the ball. So he does what he wanted to do, what he's intended to do. So how can that be a foul? The keeper has gone to punch the ball. There's a little challenge. It's not even a challenge, right? And remember, every player has a right to contest the ball, even with the keeper. Keepers get way too much protection in football, but in that case, they didn't really even touch Sage Stevens. So for me, I think that's extremely poor analysis because you can see there isn't much contact. I've tried to look at all the angles. There isn't much contact with Sage Stevens, with his body, nothing. It's just the slight arm that's raised, and all of a sudden, he gets his punch incorrectly. And remember, he wanted to punch that ball initially. So where is the impact? How did that little raised touch affect him? It didn't whatsoever. So for me, Chiefs scored a legitimate goal. I promise you, the PSL is going to say, apparently, if it's going to be reviewed by the PSL, I promise you they will come back with nothing. That was a good goal from Chiefs. I promise you nothing will happen to the assistant or the referee. That is that is fine. I don't understand how you guys are saying Chiefs robbed Stellenbosch here. Unfortunately, it wasn't a robbery. It could have looked like that in real time. But if you look at the highlights, the ref made a decision. The only issue is that the ref, as I explained before, he thought the linesman called for offside. Why? Because the linesman did this, right? But that is a foul. Linesman signals a foul when he does this. However, when ref blows his whistle, he indicates this, which just means someone is behind play and that's offside. So what does he do? He goes to clarify and says, linesman, I thought you raised a flag for offside. Linesman says, no, I didn't see offside, but I saw a foul. Referee says, okay, if it's not offside, then I'm not going to blow. Why? Because I didn't see a foul. And the referee has all the right in the world to make the final decision. He has all the right to make the final decision. Linesman says foul, referee says no, referee's final decision stands. A goal is given. Yes, in this case, he does make a good decision to overturn his ruling because he blew for offside. He didn't blow for a foul. If he blew for a foul, then yes, I agree, you can't overturn it. But in this case, he blew for the wrong thing. It's just a miscommunication that is clarified it. Yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
We'll be there. Do you care though? Who will be there?